Now let's go live to London-based geopolitical analyst Patrick Henningsen for his perspective. Let's move now, of course, to the story concerning the... It appears to be a coincidence, could you say, that the attack comes at the same time as the UN was addressing crucial statements on the situation in Syria. Is that too much of a comparison to make, do you think?
No, it's certainly a very convenient distraction, especially taking place in Washington, D.C. itself. As you know, the United States position with regards to Syria is a handicapped one, and they've lost a lot of ground in the public relations battle globally over their stance on Syria and the fact that the CIA just announced that they're sending arms to the rebels for 3 weeks now. So certainly it's a very convenient distraction.
And we don't know the motives behind this attack at all. We're still waiting for details. But is it too early to draw any initial comparisons with the Navy Yard shooting and the attack on a British Army soldier in May last year in the UK?
Yeah, that might be premature, although I do see the similarity in terms of what the public reaction might be to a tragedy like this. But you have to remember, in October 2002, we had the Beltway sniper in Washington, D.C. that over a 23-day period killed 10 people, injured 3 others, put the city and the area on lockdown. And in March this year in Quantico, the elite Marine Training Center just across the Potomac in Virginia, we had a shooter that killed, I believe, 3 people and then killed himself. And that was basically not reported very much in the media. There was a gagging order, I believe, on that story and aspects of it. So, and again, we have gun-free zones on U.S. military bases. Naval, the Fort Hood shooter, this happened in a gun-free zone. This was something Bill Clinton initiated when he first came president. And this means that military people cannot carry firearms in certain areas of bases. So, of course, if you do have a firearm, it's very easy to go on a shooting spree in a gun-free zone. And that's something that's definitely going to come up for debate.
And on a wider point, I mean, the US is believed to be one of the most secure countries in the world. It does possess a very powerful surveillance program, but recently we've seen the Boston bombings and the shootings in Fort Hood. So does it prove that, despite the NSA, you simply can't detect this kind of attack?
Yes, you know, surveillance has been proven time and time again. Not only does it doesn't act as a deterrent for criminals, and also it's not going to keep you safe from terrorist attacks. That's pretty much a given if you look at, you know, a lot of the studies and good analysis have been given over the years. But more than this particular shooting also comes at a time when the White House is really pushing for gun control. They were defeated in April in the last gun bill, and the president is determined to come back. And already, like two people in Colorado, elected officials, have been recalled who were anti-Second Amendment, and this is a major blow to the Democratic Party this week. So that's also, you can look at that in relationship to this particular incident, which happened on a U.S. military base. So certainly the gun debate is going to go full steam now.
And do you think another debate will be the fact that there might actually be a gap in the US surveillance, because much of US security has been connected with the surveillance of minority groups, but the suspects of this shooting, at this stage anyway, do appear to fall outside that profile. So is there actually a gap there in America's security program?
Well, certainly we're talking about a shooting that took place at a U.S. Naval Yard, which should be a secure military facility. And the surveillance that we're talking about in the NSA global surveillance grid is in the public sector, or outside of military establishments. Certainly you would expect that there would be a decent amount of surveillance on U.S. military bases. And if anything, this incident should bring up that hole, which seems to be a gaping one. But really it comes down to the fact that President Bill Clinton stripped U.S. military of being able to defend themselves on U.S. military bases. So, you know, it's to me it's a no-brainer as far as what should be happening. And U.S. military bases should be more secure. The people should be allowed to carry firearms as they were before Bill Clinton passed that law.
OK, Patrick Henningsen, geopolitical analyst from London. Thank you.
Thank you.